You're looking to move to Riverview in 2022 and 2023? Well, in this video, I talk about the pros and cons of moving to and living in Riverview. Let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to my channel, and if this is your first time, make sure to press that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel because we bring you community videos all throughout Central Florida and now Tampa areas. And today I am in Riverview talking about the pros and cons of moving to or living in Riverview. Now, Riverview is a suburban community or a suburban area right here in Tampa in Hillsborough County. If you haven't watched my video on Riverview, it's probably going to be somewhere in the playlist, so make sure that you watch that, where I talk about Riverview in general, school, shopping, dining, everything. But guys, when I talk about pros and cons, please understand that the pros and cons are just my take. A pro to me could be a con to you or vice versa, so don't take that as a negative or a positive. What you really want to focus on is what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So talking about the first pro of living in Riverview is the neighborhood that this community has. Now, Riverview is just about 50 square miles, so there's a lot of land. It's a little bit more rural. Some of the best communities in Riverview is the Ashley Oaks, located right at the center of the town. You also have Boyette Spring. As a matter of fact, I'm shooting this in the Boyette Spring Public Park. You also have the community of Lake St. Charles, which is among the top communities right here in Riverview. Now guys, if you are looking for a brand new home anywhere in Central Florida and Tampa, make sure to check out Orlando Home Show. That's where I bring you 8+ models every single month, talking about all the new models and communities within Central Florida, Orlando and Tampa areas. Now let's talk about the second pro of moving to and living in Riverview. So the next pro of moving to and living in Riverview is the school system that Riverview has. Now, Riverview is located in Hillsborough County, which has the top schools. Some of the top schools in the area is the Bell Creek, Walcaro Lake Advantage, Vintage Charter School, Bell Creek Academy, Boyette Spring Elementary. These are just some of the top schools in the neighborhood, and they all rank 8 or 10 as per the schools.org website. So it has some really good school system. So let's talk about the next pro of moving to and living in Riverview. So let's talk about the next pro of moving to and living in Riverview is the healthcare system that it provides. Now, Riverview has one of the top hospitals located right here called the St. Joseph's Hospital. It's a full service 24-hour emergency hospital that is located right here in Riverview. It is named among the top 100 hospitals in the Bay Area. And the healthcare system that it provides, you also have a lot of scattered big care center and the center care located all across. When it comes to the shopping and dining, you also have a lot of small shopping malls across, located all throughout the Riverview as a suburban area. With all the growth that is coming, this place is just expanding because you're not very far from the airport and you're like really well located, so you're not right in the midst of everything that's happening in Tampa, so it's very conveniently located. Now that the pros are up, let's talk about the cons of moving to and living in Riverview. So now that the pros are done, let's talk about the cons of moving to and living in Riverview. And one of the biggest cons of moving to and living in Riverview is the employment options. Most of the employment options right here in Riverview are mostly retail and food chain jobs. The average median income is just about $68,000. However, a lot of people that actually work in the downtown Tampa area, the jobs are much higher paying. They prefer to live in this side of the world because it's just a little bit more affordable as compared to downtown. However, the affordability with Riverview has gone up, with the average median price going up to almost $500,000. At the time of the shoot, you're looking at about $425,000, $450,000 for brand new homes. It's over $500,000. So that is one of the cons of living and moving to Riverview. Now let's talk about the next con of moving to and living in Riverview. So one of the other cons of moving to and living in Riverview is the weather. As beautiful as it is today, nothing but the blue sky, you're just about 5 miles inwards towards the Hillsborough Bay, and you get the nice breeze because you're close to the ocean. There's a lot of lakes, but at the same token, you also have a lot of low-lying areas. So when a hurricane comes, you're prone to the evacuation, you're prone to the surge floods. We just came out of the Hurricane Ian, and Tampa was right in the middle of it, and we got really blessed that it kind of did not hit us directly. But that is something to keep in mind, that flooding could be an issue, so you would have to have flood insurance on your home as an additional expense because most of the area is going to be in a flood prone zone area. So that is just something to keep in mind. But the advantage of that is you're closer to the ocean, so you're not that far out. However, personally speaking, I prefer Central Florida, which is a little bit more inwards, and I've been living there for quite a number of years, and every time a hurricane comes, we get a lot of wind and a lot of rain. However, we are most of the time not in the direct path of the hurricane. So I hope this makes sense. So now let's talk about the last con of moving to and living in Riverview. So the last con of moving to or living in Riverview is the cost of living in Riverview. The average median price have gone up quite a bit. For a brand new home, you're looking at about $500,000 plus. For resales, it's between $425 to $450 at the time of shoot. There's a lot of people that are preferring to live in the suburban area, especially with the coronavirus. Most of the people that have good paying jobs can now work out of their home office rather than going to an office, and that has actually gotten the prices of home to go up quite a bit. There's been a really good appreciation, so it's also a pro to a certain degree. Now guys, when I talk about the pro and con, please keep in mind, this is just my take. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's basically what works for you. But in terms of Riverview as a community overall, has its advantage and disadvantage, just like any suburban area that you would if you decide to move. So that could be anything in Central Florida or in Tampa. I hope you get a lot of value from our videos. If you do, press that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. If you are looking for brand new homes anywhere in Central Florida and Tampa area, make sure to check out our model home show called Orlando Home Show on YouTube. That's where I bring you 8+ homes every single month. We look forward to connect with you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.